Some forms of humility are so quiet that almost no one notices them. They do not announce themselves, they do not ask for recognition. Often, they appear only after the mind becomes tired of trying to prove something. Tired of appearing strong, tired of defending opinions, tired of measuring its own value against the reactions of others. At first, this fatigue can feel confusing, because many people grow up believing that confidence must always look firm and unshakable. But the mind was not built to live permanently in performance. When a person feels observed, even subtly, the brain activates systems designed to protect social belonging. Attention narrows, self-monitoring increases, every word is evaluated before it is spoken. Part of the mind asks silent questions again and again. Did that sound intelligent enough? Did I say the right thing? What do they think of me now? This internal surveillance consumes energy. The same mental resources that could be used for curiosity, connection, or creativity become occupied with protecting an image. Humility begins when this constant evaluation slowly loosens. At its core, humility is not about lowering yourself. It is about loosening the need to constantly elevate yourself. When identity becomes tied to being right, capable, admired, or impressive, the nervous system becomes protective. Mistakes start to feel dangerous. Not because the mistake itself is large, but because it threatens the image the mind is trying to preserve. And when something threatens identity, the brain reacts quickly. It explains, it defends, it justifies. These reactions are not signs of arrogance. They are signs of protection. Humility changes how the mind interprets these moments. Instead of seeing mistakes as attacks on identity, it begins to see them as information. Information about what did not work. Information about what is still being learned. Information about where attention might need to go next. And information does not require defense, it requires curiosity. This small shift changes the emotional climate inside the mind. Another quiet transformation appears in conversations. Without humility, the mind often turns dialogue into comparison. Who sounds more confident? Who finishes the argument stronger? Who appears more knowledgeable? This competition is rarely spoken aloud, but it influences its tone, posture, and attention. Listening becomes partial. The mind is already preparing its response, already defending its position, already shaping the next sentence. Humility interrupts this pattern. When the need to win the exchange fades, attention returns to the present moment. Listening becomes deeper, not because someone forces themselves to listen, but because the mind no longer feels threatened by other perspectives. Curiosity naturally expands. And when curiosity expands, conversations become spaces of discovery instead of arenas of subtle defense. Humility does not shrink a person. In many ways, it stabilizes them, because their sense of worth is no longer tied to constant confirmation. They can admit uncertainty without collapsing. They can learn without feeling diminished. They can change their mind without feeling defeated. Over time, this quiet attitude changes the rhythm of daily life. Small interactions feel lighter. Disagreements feel less personal. Learning feels less threatening. The mind spends less energy protecting identity and more energy understanding reality. And this shift, although subtle, often brings a deeper form of psychological balance. From the outside, humility rarely looks dramatic. It looks like someone pausing before answering, Someone acknowledging a different perspective. Someone saying I might be wrong. Someone choosing understanding over victory. These moments appear small, but internally they represent something significant. A mind that is no longer fighting to defend its own image. And when that inner struggle softens, something else quietly merges. Clarity. Attention becomes available again. Instead of guarding identity, the mind can observe reality more directly. It can listen, reflect, adjust, grow. Sometimes strength is not built through constant assertion. Sometimes it grows through the calm ability to remain open to reality, to learning, and to the quiet understanding that no human mind needs to prove its worth in every moment.